Welcome along to our fourth and final heat of the Sky F1 quiz. And what a trio we have lined up, ready to claim that last spot in the grand final. Who will claim a prize and a seat alongside Martin Brundle, Craig Slater and Karun Chandok? Will it be Anthony Davidson, Paul di Resta or Johnny Herbert? Welcome along, gentlemen.
Hey, I'm looking forward to this, Crofty.
Are you, Johnny? On a scale of 1 to 10, by how much?
Probably half.
That's your first question. Wrong.
Yeah, not looking forward to this at all.
Paul, when was the last time you took part in a quiz of this level, this magnitude?
Well, a few months back, Crofty, when we were all in London ahead of the season. And again, you were the man leading involved.
Yeah, guys.
Get a habit of this.
It is by far the best way to do a quiz, is to ask the questions, not have to answer them. You don't look half as stupid. Trust me. Unless Wikipedia has let me down and my research has not been to its usual extent.
I'm disappointed not to have Karun sitting next to us, though, because he's like a rival.
The repeat of that win isn't going to happen, I don't think, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. You don't want to be next to Karun for an F1 round, although, to be fair, any other subject is fair game. You'll be okay on that one. But the rules are, there are 4 rounds. Specialist subjects that you get to pick from my list is worth double points for the final round. You answer questions about each other. You answer questions about F1, and you will start by answering questions about your special subject that you let me know about a few days ago. If you get one of these wrong, it's okay, but I will pass it over to the other 2. Just put your hand up and I'll ask you the question. So shall we go all the way to Monaco and start with Paul di Resta for his specialist subject, which, Paul, is?
I chose Italian food.
Italian food.
Italian food?
Well, why not?
I had no idea what to choose, Johnny, and I was eating a bowl of pasta at the time, so I thought that was the right thing to do. That's as far as it's going to go.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I like
That's
it.
the first point.
Which pasta, Paul di Resta, is long, flat, and often served with bolognese?
Spaghetti.
Is not the right answer. Ant
Tagliatelle.
is not the right answer. Long, flat, and often served with bolognese.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Paul again. Linguine?
Not linguine. That's thin.
Yes, I know what it looks like, and I can't remember the name of it. Sorry.
Oh,
Pappardelle.
Pappardelle, I was going to say.
Oh, wouldn't have got.
Which comes from the Italian verb papare or papare, which means to gobble up. So there you go. You learn language as well as food here.
And boy, do you gobble things up, Crofty.
Turkey at Christmas before they get their head chopped off. Neapolitan pizza has which toppings? Olives and artichoke hearts, rosemary and olive oil, or tomatoes and mozzarella?
Paul, option 1.
Olives and artichoke hearts from the Neapolitan pizza. No.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah, okay, third option.
Tomatoes and mozzarella is the correct answer for Johnny over there.
Johnny, do you actually remember any of those ingredients, or you just went for the third option?
Went for the third option.
Yeah, I thought so.
It got him the right answer. That's all we need to know.
Well done.
Right. Paul, which of these is not a pork product? Pancetta, guanciale, or bresaola? Which of these is not a pork product?
Paul, option C.
Bresaola, which is air-dried beef cut into thin slices, and the correct answer. Well done. What are pomodori secchi, more commonly referred to as sun-dried tomatoes, smoked eggplant, or roasted red peppers?
Option 1, Crofty.
Which was?
Pomodoro.
Yeah, what was option 1?
I have no idea.
No idea. Sun-dried tomatoes is the correct answer.
I like these options.
Don't worry, I said.
You were asking what they were. I knew they were tomatoes. I just didn't know what the second bit was.
Crofty, did he or did he not get the answer right?
He did. Listen, you attention. Sorry, Johnny?
I think you should have a point taken away.
It's basically racing drivers who will argue the rules till the cows come home, have the attention span of a fly,
It's why we go round and round in circles, Crofty.
Yes.
It's why we don't do rallying. We stick to going the same way again and again and again.
Yeah,
Absolutely correct.
I remember this.
Right, question number 5, Paul. Mascarpone cheese, ladyfingers, and espresso are ingredients in which Italian dessert? Sorry?
Tiramisu.
See, he knew the answer to that one, didn't he? He knew the words.
That one.
Is the correct answer. Tiramisu.
Do I get more points for answering it before you were finished?
No, just my gratitude that this time I know you were listening and paying attention. Well
Do I
done.
get a bonus point for telling you what it means in English? Tiramisu.
Well, you don't, but I'd love to know.
Lift me up. That's got to be some kind of a point. Come on.
No, I don't.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'd rather lift you up than lift Crofty up.
Yes, yeah. That's another point. We're doing well.
Stop
Right.
making the rules up.
Johnny,
Yeah.
we'll come to you in a moment. And your specialist subject.
I thought I'd go for, I thought I'd go for an easy one.
Yeah.
And if I don't get any questions, if I don't get the questions right, then at least people at home won't be going, "Oh, I knew that." The solar system.
The smallest man on the team.
The smallest man on the team goes for the biggest topic.
Big. No.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see how you get on. By the way, most of these questions were taken from Children's Guide to the Solar System. No pressure.
Still no help.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. I've read all those. Yeah.
What is?
That's as far as I got.
What is the third planet from the sun?
Earth.
Is the correct answer. Very good. On what planet will you find Olympus Mons?
Oh, that is Mars. It's a volcano that's 21 kilometers high.
And the largest volcano in the solar system. Very
Yeah.
good. Which planet do the moons Oberon and Titania belong to?
It's one of the giants. I'm going to take a punt at. That might sound a little bit wrong. I'll take a punt at Uranus, Crofty. Boom, boom, boom.
Is the correct answer.
That's where the bonus.
Oh dear, oh dear. How many planets, Ant, have rings around them? I asked my 12-year-old son this. Right.
It's all of the giants. So it's Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But only one is visible. It's Saturn.
Right. So Saturn has So what's your answer? You're saying it's 4.
Technically, it's 4. Yeah.
Is the correct answer. Very good. How many planets are there in the solar system?
8 official planets.
Yeah, you know more about this than I actually thought you did.
Thanks very much.
8 is the correct answer because Pluto, of course, is no longer a planet. It's a dwarf, Johnny. Are you ready for your specialist subject, Johnny?
Yes, I am, yes.
Now, when he was asked for his specialist subject, Johnny replied. And so I did send him a little email back saying, "Are you sure you want this to be your specialist subject?" He went, "Yes, I am." I went, "Right, your own head be it then." What's your specialist subject, Johnny?
The last lap of the 1995 Grand Prix. Hey, that got you, didn't it, Crofty? Yeah, it's William Shakespeare.
Which is even more bizarre. How many times have you read a William Shakespeare book, play, or sonnet?
Never.
Right.
But he lives down the road.
Right. In which case, then, where was Shakespeare born?
Stratford-upon-Avon. Well, actually, Snitterfield. He's from Snitterfield originally.
Was he really?
Yeah, Snitterfield.
I would have taken Stratford-upon-Avon just to give you a point. Which of Shakespeare's plays is the shortest? Hamlet, Midsummer Night's Dream, or The Comedy of Errors?
Comedy of Errors.
At 1,787 lines and only 14,369 words, it is the shortest of Shakespeare's plays. Hamlet has been translated into Klingon. True or false?
Well, I'm going to go true.
It is true.
Oh, yes. Bang. That one I did not. That was a wild guess.
As has Much Ado About Nothing and the Bible.
Oh, right.
Quite why you'd want to read the Bible in Klingon.
But people do.
Which Shakespeare play does the following verse come from? Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once. Is it from Julius Caesar, As You Like It, or The Merchant of Venice?
Julius Caesar.
Is the correct answer.
Oh, yeah.
And who dies first, Romeo or Juliet?
Oh.
Now, just before you answer this, so far, we've asked Damon Hill 4 questions that were a 50-50 choice, and he got all 4 wrong. Simon Lazenby also got a 50-50 question, and he got it wrong as well. So it's entirely up to you as to whether you want to carry on the tradition of losing answers in a 50-50 scenario. But who died first? Was it Romeo?
No. It was Juliet.
No.
It was Romeo.
It was Romeo.
Damn. I thought there was a Count Paris in there who was trying to... Oh, no, he wanted to marry her. That's a different thing. I just thought that'd be wrong.
Yeah, marriage and death, Johnny. I know you think sometimes they're the same thing, but they're not. What happens is Romeo thinks Juliet's died, so he takes his own life. She's actually in a very deep drug-induced sleep. And when she wakes up and finds that he snuffed it, she joins Romeo in death as well.
Okay.
So you're almost right.
Almost.
You're almost right, John.
Far off, not far
You got it fooled you as well, clearly.
Quite frankly, that makes it nice and interesting. At the end of the first round, Paul has 3 points. Ant and Johnny, neck and neck, 5 points each. Very good.
Well done, Ant. Well done, Paul.
5 points. Why is he getting it? I thought he got it wrong.
Yeah, but he got 1 point right from yours, didn't he?
Yeah.
I got the other one right with 50-50.
Yeah, I did. All right, I tell you what then. I'll give, if you got that right, I'll give you a point. Makes it closer.
It's the only one I knew. It was the only one I knew, Johnny. The rest of them I was soft.
Yeah.
At which point, after round 1, Paul has a nail-biting 4, Ant and Johnny a neck and neck 5.
Speaking up.
Very good. Right. General F1 knowledge. Here we go. Let's take you back to the first race of the 2019 season. In the correct order, please. Which drivers finished on the podium? Shout your name out and then give me the answer. The podium from the first race of the 2019 season.
These are always harder than they seem.
Yeah.
It's like 3 screens are frozen all at once.
Yeah.
Oh.
Paul! Go on, Paul.
Valtteri Bottas.
Yes.
Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen.
Is the correct answer. Thank you very much indeed. Where did Lewis take his first victory for the Mercedes team? Paul.
Chinese Grand Prix?
No, not correct.
Oh, generally. Sorry, I thought you were talking about last year. Sorry.
Generally, first ever win for the Mercedes team.
It was Hungary.
In 2013 is the correct answer. Please feel free to join in, Ant Johnny. In which race did Fernando Alonso take his last Grand Prix win? In which race did Fernando Alonso take his last Grand Prix win?
Can I tell you, Paul, I can tell you the year.
Yeah, but that doesn't give you the race, does it?
No.
There were probably
Was it
about 20
Valencia?
races that year.
I'm
And say that again.
Valencia?
Nope. Close, but no banana.
Italian.
Like I say, close, but no banana.
Monaco.
I'll put you out of your misery. Barcelona, Spanish Grand Prix, 2013. How many 1-2 finishes did Mercedes score consecutively at the start of the 2019 season? Paul.
6.
Close, but no.
8.
Paul, 7.
No, Paul.
Paul, 9.
No, Paul. Don't keep guessing, Paul. We've had too many goes.
It was 11.
And we've had 5, 7, 8, and 9. Sorry, we've had 6, 7, 8, and 9.
And 10.
6 was the closest. What do you reckon?
10.
Right. Let's do rudimental maths now because it's homeschooling time. And we've had 6, 7, 8, and 9, of which 6 was the closest. What do you reckon?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear see. 5,
Is
6.
the correct answer.
Oh, dear. Oh, blimey.
Honestly, it's
You can tell he's written these questions, can't you?
It's your children I feel sorry for. You're doing homeschooling at the moment and you've just absolutely flunked year 1 maths.
No, I stick to the important stuff like the solar system, all right?
Shakespeare.
Yeah, none of this F1 stuff, round and round in circles. Solar system, that's where it's at.
There have been 179 Grand Prix wins for German drivers, but who was the first German to win a Formula One World Championship Grand Prix?
First.
Ooh.
First. Come on. First.
Johnny, you're oldest. You've got grey hair on you. You should be all over this.
I'm trying to think of a win.
That's what I thought.
I'm trying to think of a win.
Stop looking at your phone, Johnny.
Von Trips.
Wolfgang von Trips is the answer, but do say your name as well, Johnny.
Sorry, okay.
Keep it nice.
Johnny said.
Finnish drivers have won 54 Grand Prix, but who was the first Finn to win a Grand Prix? Paul.
I'm going to guess Keke Rosberg.
And you will be guessing correctly. Well done. Benetton won 27 Grand Prix, but who took their last F1 win and where?
Johnny, you should be all over this.
He was in the race.
Yes,
he was in the race.
Pardon?
You were in the race.
Yeah.
Paul. Johnny.
No. Wrong.
No.
Nice guess, but wrong.
And Schumacher.
No.
No.
It must have been after that, is it?
Yes, yeah.
It was the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim in 1997. Give me the winner.
Berger.
Correct answer.
That's it.
Which 3 tracks have held the British Grand Prix?
Paul.
Brands
Hatch.
Yep.
Silverstone.
Yep.
Donington.
Wrong.
Johnny. Aintree.
Aintree is correct. Donington held the European Grand Prix.
Where's that, Johnny?
Aintree.
Where's that?
What year?
No, where?
Where is Aintree? It's up north.
I've never even heard of it. I'm not
closer to you than me, I think.
It's Liverpool.
Where is it? Liverpool, somewhere there, isn't it?
It's where they have the Grand National.
Yes, that's near Southport.
I wouldn't have even known they had a Grand Prix there, though, Crofty.
Although, to be fair, it was a bit of a lottery with all the fences. I mean, Sterling Moss did well to jump most of it, but it wasn't the greatest race.
Was that the one he was given? Was that the one he was given? Remember,
yes.
Said Banjo. It is that one. Okay.
Shared. Right, which team did Jan Magnussen make his Formula One debut with?
Johnny, sorry, what was the question? Was it?
You can't do that.
I'm going to do Stuart. I'm going to do Stuart. I missed the beginning.
Wrong answer.
Yeah.
It was McLaren in Japan. The TI circuit. No, what was it called again? Yeah, it's in Japan. It was in McLaren. Yeah.
The 1995 Pacific Grand Prix. You're absolutely right. Was it?
Yeah. What was the name of the track though? It was
Aida.
Aida.
The TI circuit or something. I can't remember. But yeah.
Aida. That crosses.
Aida. Yeah.
He replaced Mika Häkkinen, and Mika was having an appendix operation at the time. 19 years later, Kevin also made his Formula One debut with McLaren as well.
Yeah.
And which F1 driver was born in Twineholm?
Paul.
Is
it DC?
It was David Coulthard. Which means at the end of the Formula One round, boy, do we have some competition ahead of us here. Johnny with 8 points, Paul with 8 points, and with 7 points, only 1 point in it. This is close. As we move on to how well do you know your Sky Sports F1 teammates? We all spend our time on the road together. We laugh, we joke, we cry. We often try and wind Johnny up. But how well do we know our teammates? Ant, I'm going to ask you questions about Johnny Herbert.
Unfortunately, I was going to say, Crofty, we know you all too well.
It's been many, many years, Ginger. You've still got your round to come, so I'll be quiet for the moment. Right. And Johnny, how many different Formula One teams did Johnny race for? 5, 7, or 9?
Johnny, you milked the system.
I what?
You milked the system.
Yeah. Oh, we did.
What's your point?
I'm going to go Lotus, Sauber, Stewart, Benetton.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 5.
But you forgot Jaguar. You forgot Ligier.
Ligier?
Yeah.
Did you?
One race.
And you forgot Tyrrell. 7.
Tyrrell as well.
89, yeah.
Honestly, it's easier to list the teams he hasn't driven for.
He's got such a big office. Look at that.
Exactly. And that's just the reception area. Who was Johnny's team boss when he won the 1987 British Formula 3 title? Was it Eddie Jordan, Sir Jackie Stewart, or Ron Dennis?
Eddie Jordan
is the correct answer.
I've heard him complain about that one enough times. So yeah, in an endearing way.
Very endearing.
Now you were there this weekend. What was the name of the motor racing championship that Johnny won in 2008? We were in Bahrain when he won it. I think it was Bahrain, wasn't it, where you lifted the trophy? What was the name of the motor racing championship that Johnny won in 2008?
Oh, it was that
famous series for retired.
It was the ASCAR championship, wasn't it? ASCAR, is that right?
Hey. They'd been better off naming it the ASBO championship.
It's just one answer. That's all you got. That was
it. The ASCAR International ASCAR Championship. I don't know. That's at least got to be half a point.
No, it was nowhere near.
Is that the one that John Alesi had the best start in the world?
That's the one.
Yeah.
the only one.
The Speed Car Championship.
Speed Car.
Yes.
Speed Car. Right. Still available for more than £10 on a leading online shopping website. And I checked last night, it does still cost more than 10 quid. What is the name of Johnny's best-selling autobiography, first released in 2016? Is it What Doesn't Kill You? Is it The Need for Speed? Or is it Johnny Herbert, The Romford Rocket?
What doesn't kill you?
What Doesn't Kill You? My Life in Motor Racing by Johnny Herbert. Still available. More than 10 quid. Bloody good book that, Johnny, wasn't it?
It was.
I ask you because I've never read it because you never sent me a free copy.
Yeah, me too, Crofty. That's why it took a little while to come up with the title now.
Got them very late. I'll have a look.
Yeah. I mean, Damon's book that we all got free copies of, magnificent. Honestly, best book I've ever read.
I bought his book.
I'll have a look.
Crofty. I bought his book, yeah.
Wow.
Didn't buy your book. I'm sorry, I didn't buy your book. Because I thought if it's anything like Damon's book, there's no way I'm going to read that.
The story's all recycled, you know,
Yeah.
Where Damon says, I crashed so Johnny could win, Johnny says, yeah, well, Damon was in the race at some stage, but I was so much better. Oh, he's back. Here we go.
That wasn't your opportunity to start advertising it.
I'll find it now, actually. I'll find it now.
Honestly, Christmas is coming, kids, sooner than you think. Trust me. Are we in it, Johnny?
I think there is a mention. I think there is in the back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of it, Johnny, I hope.
Yeah, exactly. Have you noticed, Paul, he's actually trying to read the book in front of him.
Hang on a minute. This is a conspiracy, Crofty. He's got all the answers in there about Paul or me. And don't be fooled.
Let's see if he's got this answer then. In 2005, Johnny returned to Formula One with the Midland F1 team. Who signed that, Damon?
I signed it. No, to you.
Oh, to me. Oh, bless you.
Yes. Bonus points. Bonus points.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
There's no bribery in this quiz, Herbert.
Absolutely not.
Magnificent book, and very much still a great present for Christmas, lockdowns, birthdays, bar mitzvahs. Honestly.
Look how cheap he is. Oh, it's unbelievable. You'd sell your soul, wouldn't you?
Like it,
yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's no book I'd rather have in this lockdown period.
Shut up, mate.
Anyway, in 2005, Johnny returned to F1 with the Midland F1 team, but what was his job title? Was he Driver Affairs Relations Director, Sporting Sponsor Liaison Director, or Sporting Relations Director? What's that?
I'll go for the first one because it just sounds utterly ridiculous.
Driver Affairs Relations Director.
No, I'll go for the last one. It can't be the first one. Please don't let it be the first one.
Johnny, do you remember what your job title was, Johnny?
Yes. Sporting Relations Manager.
Oh.
Manager.
Director. Sporting Relations Director.
Manager.
You always told me you were a director on that one. What did you actually do, though? What was your job?
My job was really to just be the sort of the happy, smiley face of the Midland Formula One Grand Prix team. And Alex Schneider. Remember Alex Schneider?
Oh, yes.
Really, because of Alex wasn't around so much, so I was that happy face. Other than that, good question.
You did a very, very good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Honestly. Right. Paul, how well do you know Anthony Davidson?
Not very well.
Ant had a dog named after a Sylvester Stallone film character. Was the dog called Rambo, Rocky, or Judge Dredd?
Rambo.
And
Is the correct answer.
is the correct answer, Rambo. It was about that big, right? And it was called Rambo.
So it's bigger than that.
Is it in proportion?
A little bit bigger than that. Of course it was in proportion. I look a bit silly walking a Great Dane down the road, wouldn't I?
Well, you'd be riding it, wouldn't you?
Be like taking Crofty for a walk.
About right there, Johnny. It was a very small dog, though, wasn't it? I mean, lovely, but small.
Yes. Perfectly formed.
Yeah. It was like
perfectly formed.
It was
17
like
years old he lives in Patterdale Terrier Rambo, yeah.
It was like the Shetland pony of dogs. It was that cool. Lovely. I love Rambo. He was great. Right, true or false? Oh, it's another true or false question. Ant raced in Sebastian Vettel's first kart race.
False.
Is the correct answer. Bucking the trend on this 50-50.
There's a bit of an age difference here.
Yeah, to be fair.
All right, calm down.
Yeah, I've forgotten how old you were. Ant actually raced in Lewis Hamilton's first karting race. Where was it, Ant?
Rye House, Hoddesdon.
Oh, Rye House.
Yeah.
And who won?
Not me or Lewis. It was Lewis's first race, but no, it wasn't me. I think I was third or fourth or something, but yeah. That was the first time I ever saw him.
Yeah, you can stick that in your book when you release it.
When I beat Lewis Hamilton.
Honestly, just in time for Christmas.
Still thinking of a title, Crofty. I might get Johnny to come up with one.
I could do it.
You could call it my greatest Le Mans victory. Oh, right, okay.
All right. Just giving the next question away, surely.
Still too soon. Right, Ant Paul learned many things in his younger days. But at college, did he pass a course in car mechanics, desktop publishing, or a GCSE in art?
I'm going to say a GCSE in art.
A GCSE in art. That was Rodney from Only Fools and Horses who had a GCSE in art. Ant, what did you have?
Passed a college course, doing a desktop publishing course. Very interesting it was indeed.
Right, I bet.
How many times?
It wasn't just a pretty face here, folks.
It was after he photoshopped it. What, have you ever used that desktop publishing ever?
Only to manipulate things on Photoshop. For fun, but yeah. So watch out, Crofty.
What made you choose that course, Anne?
You are?
What made you choose that?
Well, my dad's he was a graphic artist. So yeah, it was like
it.
Yeah, before I got into before racing sort of became a profession, it could have been my alternate career choice. Who knows?
Well,
I found it quite interesting.
Desktop publishing world's loss, our gain is all I'm saying on that one. Paul, as we know, Ant has mastered the English language, but what other foreign language does he speak? Is it German, Italian, or Finnish?
Finnish.
And why do you speak Finnish, Ant?
Well, I just really, really like Mika Hakkinen in the McLaren F1 car. And no, I had a Finnish girlfriend, so yeah,
language of love.
A bit of Finnish.
Language like it.
The language of love for him.
Yeah. Rakastan sua.
What does that mean?
Not going to tell you.
What if I took you out to dinner when we can get back together again? Why? You say it then.
Useful language.
Romance is dead. Romance is dead, Johnny. Right.
Yeah.
What was Ant's first car? Was it a Vauxhall Nova, a Nissan Micra, or a Citroen AX?
I've got to go with Vauxhall Nova. He's the type of guy that
It's the correct answer. Of course I had a Nova. It had to be something small, didn't it?
Very true. Very true.
That is going to stay with me now. He's a Vauxhall Nova type of guy.
Yeah.
And is the correct answer. What a brilliant, brilliant answer it was too, because it gives Paul de Resta the lead. Johnny Herbert has 8 points. Anthony Davidson has 10 points. And Paul de Resta has 11 points. But Johnny, you've got questions about Paul de Resta coming up.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it so much, I forgot we haven't had your one yet. So, what is Paul's family nickname? Is it Golden Gun, Golden Balls, or Golden Earring?
Say those again.
Golden Gun, Golden Balls, or Golden Earring?
Just because it sounds good. Golden balls.
Paul?
You got it right.
Why?
Nice. And tell us the story, Paul.
I'm not even going to go into it. I'm not even going into it. This is for kids. We're not going into it.
You get a bonus point.
Well, can you make that the title of your book? When you release your book, can it be Paul de Resta, They Call Me Golden Balls? Can we do that?
You can make it wherever you want, Crofty.
Excellent. Bestseller coming up. At home, Johnny, Paul has a small collection of what? Is it Soda Streams, Formula One Russian dolls, or Dyson Hoovers?
Dear oh Lord.
See, things we never learned about each other. We're now learning.
Russian dolls.
Russian doll, Formula One Russian dolls. It'd be brilliant with Flavio Briatore. You open him up, and then Bernie Eccleston pops out, and then John Todd right at the end. It'd be brilliant. But it's not the right answer. Paul, what is it?
Dyson Hoovers, Johnny. We all know about this.
How many you got, Paul?
Just 5.
5 Dyson. Paul, you live in a flat in Monaco. Why do you need 5 Dysons?
Maybe we've got another property, Crofty, as well. But yeah, the place has got to be clean. You know what it's like.
Well, when he talks about a property in Monaco, that room he's in, that is his property. That is actually the lounge, the kitchen, the bathroom.
He's not moved from there for 5 weeks.
Yes.
Right. At his wedding, how did Paul annoy his gorgeous wife, Laura? Did he forget her name during the wedding vows? Did he pie-face the wedding cake in traditional Formula One style? Or did he break wind during the best man's speech?
Because it sounds good, break wind. Just purely for that.
Just let one slip.
Go on. Yeah, go on. Yes.
No. Paul, what was the answer?
I faced the wedding cake, Johnny, before we got into it.
How boring.
And the face was dropped right into the cake?
Yeah, there was actually 4 of us did it. We just took a notion for it. I think it was Jamie Green, Danny Rick, and my brother. We were all just standing, and I thought, well, let's have a go at it. And it was a rather large, creamy cake.
And has
hence the collection of Dyson Hoovers ever since, Crofty.
Yes.
Absolutely. And a whole load of flash wipes as well. Right. What was the nickname of Paul's first DTM car? The fans gave it a nickname. Was it the Duke of Puke, the Bluey Huey, or the Vomit Comet?
The Bluey
Huey.
Bluey Huey. Yeah, I'll do that one.
No, afraid not. Paul?
It's going to be the pukey one then.
The Vomit Comet.
Oh, okay. There you go.
The Vomit Comet. Was it bright green or something?
No, I had thousands of different pictures of cars all over it, and you just couldn't see what it was from a distance. And it was basically Mercedes advertising their second-hand cars.
Seriously.
But Johnny, if you'd been watching me racing, you would have known that, because it was quite a big thing.
Yeah. So what does that say to you then?
Good job. You can't see my hands at the moment.
Well, Johnny was way too busy, Paul, being the driver affairs relations director for Midland F1 at the time.
Manager.
Or whatever it was. True or false, Johnny? Paul always puts his left shoe on first.
True.
It's true.
Yeah. That sounds like Paul.
And so we lurch like an HRT with a puncture to the end of the third round. Johnny Herbert has 10. Anthony Davidson has 10. Paul di Resta is out of the lead with 11 points.
Oh, this is tight.
Yeah. So we come to the last round, and it's double points. Bernie Eccleston thought it was a great idea, and I happen to agree with him, but only when it comes to quizzes. You have a choice because Johnny and Ant, heads or tails, Anthony Davidson, because you're both on 10. Heads or tails, Ant?
Heads.
It is a head, if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
It is a head. So you get to choose first. Would you like bondage, risk it, or totally PC?
I beg your pardon. Was that the first
one?
Yeah. Would you like the round titled bondage, or risk it, or totally PC?
Totally PC.
Totally PC. That's very much sounds like you. It's all about police, real life or TV and film police.
Oh, no. All right.
So what was the name of the hopeless detective played by Leslie Nielsen in Police Squad and the Naked Gun films? Was it Frank Drebin, Frank Dobbin, or Frank Dubbin?
Frank Drebin.
Frank Drebin is the correct answer.
No!
Well done. Police Chief Martin Brodie spent his summers trying to protect swimmers in the waters of Amity Island. In which film series?
Did he?
Huh? Sorry?
No idea.
Police Chief Martin Brodie. There was a big shark that was trying to kill people. He was trying to protect the swimmers and the waters. Big film.
Jaws. You're just basically giving me the answers.
Well, yeah, it was Jaws, but with Johnny's impression, I thought you were going to say Dentures. Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's the smiling face of Midland F1.
Exactly. And the driver affairs relations director. That's
Manager.
Detective Chief Superintendent Leonard Nipper Reed was in charge of the team responsible for capturing which famous gangsters?
Oh, God, no idea, man. No idea.
Should have gone for bondage, shouldn't you?
Should I?
Possibly.
Not if you're in charge of the quiz, I'm not.
Good answer.
Like I said, we know you all too well, Crofty.
Reed. Leonard Nipper Reed.
I've got no idea.
The Cray brothers.
Okay.
The Cray brothers. Chief Clancy Wiggum, in which long-running series?
You broke at Chief Clancy Wiggum.
Yeah, Chief Clancy Wiggum.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons is the correct answer. And, well, you'll never get this, not a month of Sundays. What were the first names of the New York detectives Cagney and Lacey?
You were right.
Yes. 80s, long-running series. You know, you were barely born.
I'm barely born now.
It's a good point. Mary Beth Lacey and Chris Cagney.
Still
well
none the
done.
wiser.
Good round for you. Right, Johnny, you get Risk It or Bondage.
Bondage.
I knew you'd go for that. I left that one for you.
Yes.
And you were right, Ant. You were right to say, we know you too well, Crofty. You know, why would we do that? Because it's all about James Bond films, you see? Because I'm a big fan of James Bond. So, what does the 00 signify in 007? What does it mean?
Well, it's his name. His name.
Yeah, but what does it allow him to do?
Anything he likes.
Well, not really. The taxpayers pay his wages.
What is he like? 007 agent 007. Uses everything he does.
License to.
Yeah, to kill. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. No idea. He can use it for anything. 007. No.
Yeah, he's not giving you the answer much, Johnny, on this one. It is a license to kill.
Okay. I did the kill.
Okay. What famous landmark does Grace Jones jump from in A View to a Kill?
Say that again.
Grace Jones,
yeah,
in A View to a Kill, jumps from a very famous landmark, but what is it?
I don't know.
So I really thought you'd be good on James Bond.
No, not really. No, it's not my cup of tea. Especially that era. London Bridge.
Nope, the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
Which character, famous for his deadly set of stainless steel teeth, appears in both The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker?
Jaws.
Jaws is the correct answer. Which two actors have played James Bond in Casino Royale?
Oh. Two.
Yours.
No, sorry.
David Niven and Daniel Craig. And George Lazenby, no relation to Simon, despite what he says, only played Bond once on film in 1969. But what was the name of the film?
Absolutely no idea.
No?
No, it's not that one.
Oh dear. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah. Right. In which case then, Paul de Resta, you get Risk It. Risk It is all about territories on the board game Risk. It's a geography round. How's your geography?
I'd say my geography's okay, but I've never heard of what you're talking about, Crofty.
All right, big famous game, but don't worry, it's all geography. So this is the 49th state of the USA.
Oh, come on.
What? All right, is it Hawaii, Alaska, or California?
Alaska.
It is Alaska. Very good. Twice the size of Western Australia, which is another territory in Risk. This is the world's largest island.
The world's largest island.
Yeah, the world's largest island.
Is it Antarctic?
No. Close, but not quite. It's Greenland. Greenland. Australia doesn't count because it's a continent, so therefore it's not an island, apparently. Genghis Khan.
Wrong hemisphere, Crofty, but close.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, it was snowy and cold. That's what I meant.
Arctic, Antarctic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close.
Snow,
yeah.
Cold penguins. You know. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is considered to be the founding father of this country.
What was that? Sorry, the first bit?
Genghis Khan is considered to be the founding father of this country.
I've got no idea.
It's Mongolia. Fair play to Genghis Khan, by the way. He established the largest empire in the world at the time by uniting the nomadic tribes of Northeast Asia. In 25 years, he conquered an area larger in size and greater in population than the Romans managed in 4 centuries. He got things done quick. This country in South America, Paul, features the world's highest sand dune. It's where over 3,000 different varieties of potato are grown and has the world famous pisco sour as its national drink. Is it Colombia, Chile, or Peru?
Colombia?
Close, but it's Peru, I'm afraid, on that one. And 7 countries make up the Central American territory. Can you name 3 of them? So Central America, big area. Name 3 countries that make up Central America.
Make up Central America.
Yeah. So the bits in between South America and North America. Mexico.
So Mexico, Brazil.
Sorry?
You're talking like Brazil?
Yeah, but that would be in South America. So north of Brazil, south of Mexico.
And North America. Wow.
So yeah, so south of Mexico, north of Brazil. See, geography gets them every time.
No, I wouldn't be able to come up with 3.
You could have had El Salvador, Costa Rica, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. But that means, what a turn up for the books this is. Perhaps the greatest achievement of his educational life, ladies and gentlemen. Commiserations, Paul de Resta, 13 points. Unlucky. Johnny Herbert, 12 points. Hemel Hempstead, ladies and gentlemen, has produced a genius on this afternoon. Anthony Davidson is our winner.
Well done.
Where is this genius you talk of?
Seriously. I mean, for a boy who left school at 13, that was pretty good.
It was the solar system, Crofty. It's all about the solar system.
Small man, big answers.
None of us would be here without it.
And there you go, big answers on the Big Bang. Paul, thank you very much for taking part. We have a final lineup, and what a lineup it is too. Martin Brundle plays Craig Slater, plays Karun Chandok, plays Anthony Davidson for the big grand final. We'll see you for that. Congratulations, Anne. Well done, Johnny and Paul. Thanks to everyone for taking part. Thanks to you for watching. Now, stay safe, take care, and we'll be back with the final. Goodbye.